How did key Supreme Court cases impact pay equity law? Imagine working hard and still feeling like you're not getting paid fairly. Laws are in place to protect workers from wage discrimination, but court decisions shape how those laws work. Let's look at some important Supreme Court cases and how they change the game for pay equity. One big case was Leadbetter versus Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. The court said workers had about 6 months from the first unfair paycheck to file a claim. That meant if pay discrimination kept happening over years, it was harder to challenge because the clock started at the first unfair pay. This made it tough for employees to fight ongoing wage gaps. In response, Congress passed the Lilly-Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. This law reset the time limit each time a worker received a discriminatory paycheck. Now, employees can file claims within 6 months of each paycheck that shows unfair pay. This change made it easier to challenge ongoing wage discrimination. Another important case was Yavino versus Rizzo. It asked whether an employer could justify pay differences based on an employee's previous salary. The Supreme Court decided that relying only on past wages cannot justify unequal pay. This decision stopped employers from using prior salary as a reason to pay women less than men for the same work. It reinforced that pay differences should be based on job-related reasons, not past pay. More recently, the court decided Bostock versus Clayton County. This case expanded protections against sex discrimination to include sexual orientation and gender identity. This means that discrimination based on these factors can now be challenged under sex discrimination laws. For pay equity, this broadens who can file claims if they face unfair pay because of their gender or sexual orientation. All these cases show how Supreme Court decisions influence pay equity laws. They clarify what counts as illegal wage discrimination and how workers can fight it. Employers must be aware that using past pay to justify differences is no longer acceptable. They also need to understand the importance of timely claims and that discrimination based on gender identity or sexual orientation is illegal. These rulings push employers to review their pay practices regularly. They must keep good records and ensure pay differences are based on fair, job-related reasons. Overall, these cases help shape a fairer workplace by defining what is and isn't allowed under pay equity laws.